Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of ELL Plus with me, Ibrahim Banat.
And me, Salma Abdulrazzag. The headlines in this week's program.
Is the most dangerous borough in London for walking or cycling? Hackney tops the table for poor road safety.
Chefs under pressure to liven up their menus in Veganuary as demand for vegan food reaches an all-time high.
Adding a sparkle to a gloomy month, Winter Lights is back at Canary Wharf with a stunning array of installations. Hackney is the most dangerous place to walk or cycle in London, according to the national environmental charity, the Campaign to Protect Rural England. More cyclists and pedestrians have been killed or seriously injured in Hackney than in any other borough in London.
While some boroughs, such as Tower Hamlets, are rapidly turning car-free to decrease road danger and boost air quality, Hackney still ranks one of the lowest for road safety. Araske Batra has been finding out what these shock statistics mean for the borough.
A child aged 11 to 14 is more likely to be injured on the road by a vehicle than at any other age in their life.
Safer roads makes healthier boroughs. CPRE London has published a scorecard showing how the city's borough perform when it comes to road traffic.
What we discovered was that while some boroughs are rapidly progressing schemes to cut car use and increase walking and cycling, and at the same time reduce road danger and cut air pollution, for example, and increase walking and cycling, other boroughs are not doing so well. So in Hackney, we found that they're doing extremely well at promoting cycling and walking compared to other boroughs, but they still have a problem with road danger.
Hackney has the highest rate of sustainable transport, 85%. But according to the scorecard, in 2 years to 2017, 125 pedestrians were killed or seriously injured, as well as 90 cyclists. Hackney Council has now said improving safety is a priority.
I think it's good that you can have bikes sort of everywhere. And I like that there's so many cyclists, but sometimes walking, you get taken out by bikes sort of coming behind you really fast, or particularly if it's raining and a lot of people have got hoods up and stuff, I often see people sort of clashing. But I'd rather have that than people not being able to cycle or walk.
School streets are part of the council plan to improve road safety, especially for children. So far, 9 primary schools took part in the project, as it's important to teach children how to behave while in the streets.
Today we've been talking to children at the Junior Citizens Safety Day about distractions on the roads. Another way we do it is through a fantastic scheme called Junior Road Safety Officers, which has been running in Hackney for many years.
So the challenge for Hackney is to continue to encourage people to walk or cycle while improving safety. Improving road safety education, especially for children, is one of their main aims. Araske Batra, East London Lines, Hackney.
The number of vegans in the UK has quadrupled in 12 years, according to the Vegan Society, and restaurants and fast food chains have been busy cooking up new recipes.
In the last year, over 50% of chefs are said to have added vegan dishes to their menus. And with this month dubbed Veganuary, ditching meat and animals products has emerged as 2020's trendiest resolution. Claudia Griffin reports.
In just 6 years, Veganuary has become a hot topic in the UK, with over 365,000 people joining the movement this year alone. Participants who pledged to go vegan on the Veganuary website receive daily recipes, tips and information about the benefits of a vegan diet. Many local businesses around Canary Wharf have joined the trend, among them Bocan Restaurant, which boasts an indulgent plant-based menu.
The guests are really on the vegan dishes, the vegan tasting menu, vegan menu, so we try to do a vegan menu for the Veganuary now. The first course is a tagliatelle of celeriac with baked celeriac puree and celery oil with white truffle and sesame dressing. You can eat vegan really, really well now, and not like many people will say, oh, vegan is just the salad. No, it's not true, it's just, you can do a nice meal with salad. You can do a tasting menu like we have here, the tasting menu in Bocan for Veganuary, which is, people love it, really.
Popular food chains have also got on board. KFC has just released its first vegan burger. McDonald's now has vegan dippers, and Burger King have released a vegan Rebel Whopper. Whilst a vegan diet is typically associated with a lower risk of obesity and heart disease, nutritionists are warning of the damage of a diet that is low in B12 vitamins and protein, and advises all participants to make sure they're getting enough of these nutrients.
Hollywood stars like Joaquin Phoenix, Natalie Portman and Alicia Silverstone have all lent their name to the cause. Earlier in the month, the Golden Globes served an entirely vegan meal as part of the ceremony. However, the movement isn't without controversy, with former Sun editor Dan Wootton labelling the event as vegan extremism. Nonetheless, Veganuary has clearly been very beneficial for local restaurants and fast food chains. But there are also many benefits for the health of participants and also the environment.
Veganism is certainly a lifestyle that is on the rise, and there are now over 600,000 vegans in the UK. Over half the population are either not eating meat or are actively reducing their consumption. In the midst of this so-called plant-based revolution, Veganuary is certainly driving new product and menu development in the boroughs of East London. Clodagh Griffin, East London Lions, Canary Wharf.
News now of a proposed development of two-tower blocks in Deptford, which is causing controversy amongst local residents. A public meeting is due to take place next Tuesday, where people are being invited to have their say.
Our reporter Melina Havoutis joins us now live with more details about the proposals, which campaigners say are in breach of Lewisham Council policies.
So, Melina, what is being proposed?
There's been a proposal for the construction of 2 new tower blocks, 9 and 15 stories high with 190 flats, plus ground floor commercial units opposite to Folkestone Gardens in Deptford.
And what has been the local reaction to these proposals?
So a local activist group called Folkestone Voice discussed that the 2 new blocks may have a detrimental impact on the public life within the area. Specifically, the 2 new tall buildings will have notable impact on the skyline within the borough and possibly cause harm to the local character and the open space factors. Also, it's been discussed that the 600 approximately new residents may increase traffic within the area. But most importantly, it is said that the development falls below the set quota for affordable housing.
Melina, can you tell us how has the council responded?
So the council has received numerous comments from the residents in the area, and for that reason they have organized a meeting with the developers. This meeting will be held on the 28th of January, 5 p.m. onwards at the Vive Living Cafe on Childers Street. The meeting provides a chance for the residents to speak up and raise their voices and concerns about the new blocks being built.
Our reporter from Deptford, thank you. The printing industry in East London made a significant contribution to the local economy throughout the last century. However, in recent years, the print industry has undergone a radical transformation with the invention of computers and digital printing.
An exhibition has opened in Bow to showcase some of the strong traditions, working practices and technology from a previous era, as Hong Yu reports.
An exhibition called Lightboxes and Lettering, celebrating the history of London printing industry, is currently held at Bow's Nunnery Gallery. The exhibition tells the story of the changing face of the printing industry in Hackney, Tower Hamlets, and Waltham Forest through the 20th century. It took 2 years for the Rendezvous project team and a number of local volunteers to collect the stories after they were funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund.
The way that we print things has completely changed through digital technologies, some things are just produced digitally, some things are printed digitally, and the whole processes of how we print things, even when the end product isn't digital, is still using computers. And so people's whole way of working will have changed in that period of time. And so I couldn't see anywhere that this history had been really recorded, and the experiences of people who'd worked in the industry over that time and whose jobs had completely changed had been recorded.
The exhibition shows the important role East London played and the influences of new and digital technology.
I think it's interesting because now we've got digital things, so to actually see the wood blocks or letters, or some of them have images on them, it's quite amazing to think that it was such a manual industry, because we're so used to picking up pieces of paper that have been printed now, and to know that there are personal stories behind each individual that was involved in the industry it's really great.
Visitors are able to see images of iconic local shops as well as factory floors. The evolution of the printing factories also reflects on the changes of people's life in their local area. This exhibition provides the visitors a chance to explore a rich part of London's industrial history. The stories, the people, the technology made the printing industry a livelihood for thousands of people over the years. This exhibition runs until the end of March. Hong Yu, East London Lines, Hackney.
You are watching ELL Plus with me, Salma, Abdulrazzag, and Ibrahim Banat. We are going to take a short break, but stay with us.
See you in a few minutes, where we'll be focusing on mindful alcohol consumption and visiting the famous winter lights at Canary Wharf.
Welcome back to ELL Bus.
In a moment, we will be heading over to Delfina Mocorrea in our newsroom for an update on what is on our website.
This month is Dry January, when some people give up alcohol for the month. The Mindful Drinking Festival in Brick Lane brought together 60 of London's finest low alcohol and zero alcohol brands.
The idea was to help people to find alternative alcoholic drinks at social events, as Salma has been finding out.
The UK has a rumour of having a big drinking culture, where alcohol is a habit of many. Even though moderate drinking is a part of everyday social life, it can sometimes have serious consequences. Club Soda is a movement that is trying to change the drinking culture in the UK. It started a mindful drinking movement which offers courses, organizes events, and has even set up a directory to help people to find the best non-alcoholic drinks.
I realised at the time there was something missing that felt a bit like Weight Watchers or a diet club, but with booze, to help people change their drinking. So we now have 50,000 members globally changing their drinking habits. And then what also happened is people started to moan about the lack of drinks in pubs and bars that suited them if they weren't drinking on an evening out. And so we created a pub guide, and then from that, this new wave of alcohol-free drinks has hit the market, and so we do a festival to introduce everybody to the new wave of low and no alcohol.
In the year of 2017 to the year of 2018, there were more than 3,300 hospital admissions, primarily due to alcohol consumptions in England. Recent NHS figures have also shown that 21% of adults over the age of 16 drink more than 14 units of alcohol per week.
Most days, actually, I'll have a drink, so I'll drink socially with friends, and then I might have a drink of wine to relax at the end of the day.
I do a lot of sport and things, so maybe I'm gonna kind of aim to run a marathon this year, so maybe I might like cut it out for a bit then in order to fitness levels and whatnot, but other than that, yeah.
I have a tennis match tonight, which doesn't involve drinking at all, yeah. And then again, I say we've got other things going on later in the week, which will involve beers, and some will, some won't. And I'll probably have a glass of wine with my wife tomorrow at some point. So it's a bit of a mixture.
Less drinking at social events has caught the interest of many, which has led to a creation of a community with over 50,000 people, ranging from those eager to reduce their alcoholic intake to those who are trying to cut out alcohol altogether. Salma, Abdulrazzag, East London Lines, New Cross.
Now it's time to go over to our newsroom, where one of this week's website production team, Delfina Mocorrea, has more details of this week's news coverage.
As you can see, everybody's busy working on their stories. This week on the website you will be able to find more information about the history of the printing in East London. You will also find information about the A&E waiting times in Croydon, and I was working on a story about the council taxes in Lewisham. If you don't have any plans this weekend, you could go to Norbury Park's free gyms to make some exercise. See you next week on ELL website.
Adding an extra glow to the dark January evenings, Winter Lights illuminates Canary Wharf with a stunning area of light art. The installations are made by some of the most innovative artists from around the world.
Our reporter, Jason Liu, has more.
The Winter Lights event returns for the 6th year to Canary Wharf. The area is transformed by over 26 spectacular installations, brightening up the dark winter evenings. The spectacle will showcase light art and interactive installations by some of the most innovative artists across the globe working in the light art today.
This artwork is commissioned by Light Art Collections. It's named Absorbed by Light, and it's a very similar site. Although their body are physically present, their mind are elsewhere. This, like so many other installations, has important meaning.
In 2019 and 2017, Winter Light won Best Creative Lighting Event at the Dark Awards. These awards are a collaboration between Arc and Dark magazine, which have a reputation as the most respected lighting design publications in the world. Some favorites have returned alongside pieces never before seen in the UK and some newly commissioned artworks. Apart from those who work here, people come from all over to enjoy the exhibition. The hope is that people can take pictures and interact with some of the sculptures. This installation was created to help spread awareness of single-use plastic. It's called Lacto Light. 7,344 recycled plastic milk bottles become individual pixels in a low-res video screen. The artists are from all over the world, some from New Zealand, France, the US, Taiwan, and of course the UK. The event kicked off on the 16th of January and will end this Saturday. Jason Liu, East London Lines, Canary Wharf.
That's all from us today. Join us next week for another episode of ELL Plus. Goodbye from me, Salma Abdulrazzag.
And me, Ibrahim Banat. And don't forget there's more news on our website www.eastlondonlines.co.uk.